I know you're tired of all your faces coming out looking the same, bro. It's time to address that, B. And I think I've cooked up a formula that's really gonna solve it. And I want you to listen closely. Same face syndrome isn't a problem of artistic skill, it's a problem of artistic process. You don't have to get better at drawing to solve this issue, you just have to change the way you draw. And that's why I'm confident if you suffer from same face syndrome, it will be solved by the end of this video. Just pull out your paper and pencil and wait and see. Now, if you exclusively learned how to draw faces from videos like I did in my past, you might think of drawing faces kind of like this. First draw an oval, and then draw the thirds. The thirds are 3 equal sections that describe the proportions of the face. One section represents the hairline to the brow, the other the brow to the bottom of the nose, and the other from the bottom of the nose to the chin. Right? Wrong. The word you should stick on there is equal. There are some people out there who do have those perfect 1/3 to 1/3 to 1/3 measurements, but everyone you know with a face you can remember exists on a certain spectrum. Before anybody even notices your facial details, they notice your proportions, how your face is made up, how far things are away from each other. So if you draw characters with the same proportions all the time, it's very hard to make characters who don't look the same. The gift and the advantage of drawing characters from imagination in a cartoony style is that you can stretch, and you can stretch it really far and make it look kind of good. And I'm going to demo that by showing you some extremes. Now, I've drawn 3 different heads of 3 equal sizes. All I'm going to change about them is their proportion. So obviously, the first guy has those perfect proportions, but the second guy, I decided to make him bald. And I decided to pull his brow line all the way up where the first guy's hairline was, and then bring his nose line a little bit lower. And I'm gonna see how that turns out. Let's experiment. Let's have fun. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Third guy, I'm bringing down low. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring that brow line a little bit lower, bring the nose even lower than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give that man mean forehead. You feel me? Up until this point, I haven't included any differentiating facial features at all. Just light and shadow. A little bit of tone for the eye sockets, a little bit of tone under the nose. Notice how despite none of their facial features differing at all of these look like very different characters. If you create characters with proportions this different, it's not that they won't look the same. It's that they can't look the same. You could give them all the same features and they'd all look radically different. And keep in mind, I'm exaggerating. You don't have to push it this far. I mean, at this point, I already know that a couple of these are having you looking at me funny.
Hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
I say this humbly but sincerely. Let me cook. You know I gotta sauce it up. You see, knowing how to draw gets you about this far. Now it's time to learn how to create. Hop in the lab, get your hands dirty, give him piercings, give him a big old bushy mustache, make him look like a bass guitarist for a new metal band called Blood Moon or some shit, and make him look rad and sick and awesome. And maybe you move on to the next guy, and maybe you take that big old cone head and you put a nice little pompadour on top, and you pull the lips down a little bit, and you add some forehead wrinkles. Now he's gonna show. And maybe you take the first guy, right? You take the first guy and you think you're going to make him generic anime and you really make him look like a dude named Daryl Diggums. You feel me? So now he's just a country boy, good old boy with a nice little good old country beard, and he loves Jason Aldean.